Barrier's about to break.
I'm taking care of it. Where does it hurt? It's been down. Damage increase.
Evidence suggests a sniper ahead.
That's what I'm talking about.
I need healing.
Nice. Where you at, buddy? I'm sorry, Hanzo.
You have my thanks.
Let's get you healed up.
Healing stream engaged. You should be at peak performance level. I'm taking care of it. Valkyrie is ready. Damage is engaged.
What is that melody?
Where does it hurt?
Barrier in place.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mounting power forward shield. Get them off me. Heroes never die.
See.
Mercy.
celebrate.
Let me get you patched up.
Oh, turn it on.
I'm with you. Damage boost engaged. Please go behind. Did someone call a doctor?
See through the dragon's eyes.
Damage amplified. Healing stream engaged.
Off the phone.
Enemies are over. Observe the barrier.
Damage increase. Needed a doctor.
Nothing's gonna stop.
Damage boost engaged. This is not your time.
I should have killed that man, but yeah, she was right there. Well, I should have
I
known.
must go where I'm needed.
Almost time for a prophetic flux.
Alright, let's get into the team chat.
Where does it hurt?
30 seconds remaining.
You should be at peak performance. Our time is running out. Everyone get on defense. I'm taking care.
Activating the barrier.
We can do this. Heroes never die.
I tried. Stop that one.
Objective lost. Stop the pain.
Wunder der modernen Medizin. Form up. I will prove myself. Reach up. I need healing.
Oh, damn. Oh. Oh, what happened to Lucio?
Kill them all.
Fine, Lucio.
Back to the drawing board.
Let's group up here.
Well, you got a Orisa out there by herself.
Fixing you up. I'm taking damage. I got you.
60 seconds.
Get behind me. My barrier's about to go.
Moira is here.
Allow me to repair the damage. 冻住，不许走。Get to cover.
The payload has reached
Never stop fighting for what you believe in. Group up with me.
We haven't grouped up like once.
好嘞。这样可以挡住他们。
Barrier in place.
起来吧。
Огонь по готовности!
It'll take more than that to keep me out of the fight.
Team up for special attack!
Gotta be touching Farah.
Listen instead of me.
Boosters engaged.
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
Old soldiers.
Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Sometimes he's just like, yo, well, like, we didn't group up once. Let me just mess with this music. No, try and move it down. We don't need a bunch of music. But yeah, like, sometimes I'm just like, you know, hey, we should probably group up once or twice, you know what I mean? Like, that really does help.
Never stop fighting for what you believe in.
But
Something tells me this movie's gonna bomb.
it's asking a lot.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
I feel a lot better having you off my back.
We all need someone who can trust us.
Locational
Or
danger.
at least I like this. I do like this setup.
Potholes.
Yeah, you get at least get a sleep because I like the setup. Oops.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commences. Capture objective A.
I'll keep you here. You're covered.
Activating the barrier.
Hey,
Let them up.
Kill the Mahal!
Aggressive there. I don't think we're gonna cap it though.
I'm not ready to hang it up.
Yeah, no cap. I mean, we got that to think about. What's up, dude?
Rally to me!
Just a disadvantage. You'll be fine.
Out to break.
You're powered out. Get in there.
Tactical visor.
All better.
Objective A captured. Escort the payload.
A payload
Watching your back. Get you.
Hopefully everyone was pushing it, but now I think it's most of the time. That respawn time's getting a little far. I mean, you know, the distance, I mean. So,
That payload.
You needed a doctor?
Move it!
it's just better for now.
Come here, get
Okay, well, that's good. It's 3 ults recently. Come on.
Immer unterbricht dich jemand bei der Arbeit. Join me.
Regroup.
Group up here. Group up.
Regroup.
Schau, das da.
Let them out!
Let me get you patched up. Damage increase.
What is that melody?
Wow. Okay. So, I mean, you see, it's not like I left the battle or wasn't right there in the middle of it. People just aren't able to kill things.
I excite that movie. Almost ready. Heroes never die. Let's get you back out there.
I got your back. You do anything?
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
activating the barrier.
Hey. Maybe
Never
it is
stop
not.
fighting for what you believe in.
I can't, you know, they say you can't heal through, you know, you just can't heal through bad team play. Oh, what's that I hear?
60 seconds remaining.
Hello. This will restore.
I hear you.
Magnificent.
This will help.
Seconds remaining.
only way I can play is super aggressively because our DPS is not
I require
really
assistance.
claiming space. Sometimes you have to claim space.
All
Normally
soldiers
they would
are
claim
hard to
space and
kill.
I would be shooting, you know what I mean? Them and the enemy at once, but, you know. And she's, okay, well. Maybe breaks one.
Remaining.
Hey, look, stopped. Is something broken?
Come here, get stabilized.
No, you need to move forward and get stabilized, you bitch.
Let me patch that up. On its way. More better this not.
Nope.
Is approaching its destination.
Talk to your visor.
Yeah, come on down here.
Score 3-3.
I think we all saw what happened there. There's no reason. I'm gonna say it because I'm proud of it. But no, I'm just kidding.
Select your hero.
But we did see what happened there. People, you know, oh, Brick is just dead now. Well, not really. I mean, you can still have a little fun with, especially at this rank. Nobody's dead at this rank, and nobody's really ever alive. This is purgatory. That's exactly what silver, gold, plat, low plat at least. So I'd say like
I've stitched you up so many times. It's a wonder you can still fight.
silver down is hell. High silver, gold, low platinum is purgatory.
He shall prove us hell.
The top 500 is heaven because you're all that the devs really give a fuck about. So everyone's trying to get to heaven. But like I said, here no one's ever dead. Anybody can work, and no one's ever alive because anybody can fail.
5,
Things should be ridiculously obvious.
1. Attack commence. Capture objective A.
Into a wall. Yeah, I'll take that. That's fine.
Routing power to forward them.
That should be fine.
That's
Doing
you.
the objective. Anyone want to join me?
10 seconds remaining.
My will made real.
Nope.
The pain.
Why wake her up though? I get it, but
A captured. Escort the payload.
Go. I keep you here.
Without desire, my will.
I'm on fire.
Behind you! I power.
No! Doomfist. Stop being Doomfist. Doomfist, all you had to do is stop being Doomfist for 2 seconds. That's what always kills me. When people, like, you're not in immediate danger unless you don't get healed. So I would rather stop and risk getting healing, and that's what I do. I put myself in front of the healer and move in like a regular line of like left, right, up, and down, but like Wasad. But you're not supposed to just go stupid because you're low on healing, which everyone on controller does because it's so easy to just go stupid.
You're powered up. Get in there.
And no one is still dealing. Like, why do I have to be the only person to deal with shit? That's also what I hate. Is like DPS. Again, you don't have to play DPS. If people feel like obligated, like I can only have fun if I play DPS. And what most low rank people don't realize, and I don't mean like, oh, I'm not talking like some kind of elitist, because again, the highest I've ever been is only like 2,800, so that's not anything to brag about. But one thing I notice in 2,500 down is just too much solo play, where people are like, oh, well, this is what I want to be because I just want to play to have fun. But my thing is this. Don't you want to play to win? Isn't winning fun? Like, isn't that part of the fun? It's a combo of a couple of things together. You know, with winning being one and having fun while playing. And reality is, you can have fun while playing anybody. It's not necessarily fun to play against everybody, or for everyone to play against you, but you can have fun playing any character in this game. So I don't know why people want to be DPS when you have a large burden, especially in this 2-2-2 meta, where it becomes really obvious really fast if you're not good at killing things. And same thing with everything. It becomes really obvious really fast if a healer's not good, or if the healer's not good because you gotta kill things in order, to make it work.
Barriers about to break.
I'm taking care of Get them off me. Your support has arrived. Let's get you that outfit.
Get over here.
60 seconds.
The enemy is
You needed a doctor?
Serve the barrier.
Damage increase.
30 seconds.
Heroes never die.
tactical visor activated.
Let me get you touched.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm taking care of you.
What?
Victory.
But yes.
Play of the game.
Oh, yeah, what do you know?
Tactical visor activated.
Come on, everyone.
I don't even know if that was the best part of the thing, but I'll take it. But yeah, I think a big, like a really, first of all, Well, we're gonna acknowledge before we go any further. We're gonna acknowledge how rare, uh, you know, support. I think like out of 10 matches, maybe one will be a support, whatever, highlight. So we're gonna acknowledge that. But one thing I'm gonna say is I'm gonna get this one to 2,800 by the end of the season. That's a reasonable amount to just push this one. It's been this, they always say the first account is the cursed account, and this was definitely the cursed account because I was actually, it's pretty funny. I sat out season one, like I just really wanted to get familiar with the game, the characters, and figure out who my mains were, which at the time was Symmetra 1.0, Winston, and Mercy. Obviously, Mercy was, but I realized Mercy became like the one that needed to be done, so everything else just kind of went to the wayside. But uh, then when they changed Mass Res, I kind of stopped playing her and started playing Symmetra, like around season whatever 3 or something like that. And because everyone wanted to be Mercy then, and everyone was just like, "Oh yeah, the Valkyrie is good," and it just wasn't the same for a while. But uh, the first season that I actually played, I was like working somewhere at and I was staying in a hotel for like a month, like one of those whatever business long stay hotels, and the internet there was fucking miserable. But I said, I sat out season one. I just want to go in and play and whatever. As long as I wait for the right time of night, because I'd been there for a couple of weeks, so I figured out when a lot of the people were asleep or out and stuff, and it made it easier to kind of, use the Wi-Fi without it being too terrible. But of course, when I went to use it, I dropped out of like 3 games over the 10, not like in a row, but like throughout that 10 games, I disconnected in like 3 of them and couldn't get back in time. Uh, a few of them I was lagging so hard that you know it was like it was basically like a flip book. You know what I mean? So that was really rough. And then even still I had gotten placed in like whatever gold, and so or like high silver or something. I said okay, fine, and you know it was just miserable. So I made another account and immediately placed plat, and then made a third account, placed plat in that, and it's like, well, I don't know. But this account, no matter what I do, I can't even get it to plat. Every time I get it to plat, things go horribly wrong, and I'll go on like 800 SR losses. I actually have gotten this account. Let me see, to plat a few times, but but let's see, was it? So you see this one, yeah, that got up in the 25, and I think, yeah, it just got worse from there. But I had, and you see, he just gets terrible. 15, I didn't play at all. 16, I didn't play because, really, I just kind of had. I was just like, they really need to work on the balance, and I was kind of upset that after uh, between all of my accounts, like I had a Symmetra only account that had about 300 hours on it, and even on this account, which at the time, like I probably have over 100 hours or close to 100 hours of Symmetry even on this account. So she was my main in 2.0 days. But then they just 3.0, I just said fuck them. They fucked her up. Not even about the beam. It's mostly about I don't like the wall. I don't like the wall, and I don't like the orbs. The orbs I think is number one. She just, let's see, all modes. Yeah, 94 hours. Even this one, 94 hours of sim. And I probably haven't played her in a year and a half. Or a year. So. Just this count just ends up being overwhelming Mercy. As a support, she's just useful. But yes, again, this is just a hard rank to deal with because of really it's just selfish play. People don't quite understand the concept of team play, and people don't understand the concept of like strategy. It's just like see, shoot, kill, or see, get shot, die. Like there's no real strategy, and that's a problem. But that's to be expected again. And also sometimes I just like to fuck around. But not like ruin games fuck around, but just say, if I see it's not going well, I have no problem being like, fuck it. Fuck it. Just have some fun.
Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Okay, let's see if any of these dudes are in the dude thing. Hello.
Never stop fighting for what you believe in. Healing enhanced. I shouldn't overstay my welcome. I'm probably still on the watch list here.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
We shall prove ourselves in glorious combat!
Give yourself to the rhythm.
В гостях хорошо, а дома лучше.
I'm on top of the world.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
Go! I keep you
Don't worry, my friend.
Not budget.
Yeah, Tommy.
Old soldiers. Nano boost is charging.
Hello.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Enemy contact.
Push left, guys.
Nothing's gonna stop.
No power down. Get in there.
Oh my god.
I will prove myself.
Yeah, let's pick it up.
That was bad on my part, but only because I didn't think that Reinhardt would be dumb enough to do that. I hate when they do that glory charge on HP.
My battery's about to go. Get in there.
watching over you.
Roadhog time.
Mine! This is my point!
60 seconds remaining.
Still with you. Damage increase. Let's get to that outcome.
I'm on fire! Objective A captured. Commence attack on objective B.
Move to the beat.
You should
gonna
be
make
at
you feel
peak
better.
performance level. Healing stream engaged. Valkyrie's charging. Group up with me. You needed a doctor? Power, join me. Group up here. I understand.
What's your back?
Your power. Let me get you patched up.
Zarya was a killer, but I guess not. Well, I guess.
A
Probably
speedy
should've just focused
recovery.
on killing the Moira myself, but I didn't know. Look, she got killed by the Moira. The wowzers. She is not a good Zarya. Wasted. Why would he do that instead of just bouncing up out of there? Why? Why on earth would you do that? I know it seems like a good idea, but it's dumb. Especially when he could have killed Bastion in 2 shots. All he had to do was drop a mine, or he could even drop his trap and then just drop a mine and blow himself out of there.
Now see what I can do. Heroes never die. Fire at will. Damage empty. Well done. Where was it?
Thanks, mate. Round 1 complete.
Yeah, finally, I was like, I saw him going in and said, oh boy, let me try to at least get there to support him. But he actually did the right thing. That's what you do. Drop a mine and blow your way out of
Prepare your
there.
defenses.
That way I would have
Select
piggybacked
your
off of
hero.
him. But actually, I probably would have died anyway there, but at least he would have gotten out of there. Like, I'm all for the sacrifice, you know, whatever, the pop fly, if I know the other person's going to make it worth it, so that they at least survive the, you know, whatever, 17, 18, 19 seconds it takes me to get back, or at least take out a person or two to justify it, so that by the time I get back,
I'll be watching
you
over
know,
you.
they're the ones that are down a person. Or at least it'll be by the time I get back, it'll be an even whatever team fight if they die.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
But trade a life for a life for a life. People don't understand that.
For optimal chance of survival, stay in
I know you
range
like
of my
that.
barriers.
Grind.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Come back, Hanzo.
I'm taking care of you.
My power grows stronger.
Enemy contact.
Cover me.
Take them down. This is not your time.
I'm here.
Thank you.
You should be at peak performance levels.
Damage increase. Routing power. Forward shield.
I'm taking care of it.
Up the tempo.
Damage boost engaged. You have my thanks.
Oh, now that's more.
Thanks.
Thank you.
My thanks. Damage amplified. I'm taking care of it.
Engaging.
Battery is almost ready.
Enemy spotted.
Damage boost engaged. Let's get you back in the fight.
Spasibo.
I've got you.
Oh, let's break it.
Damage amplified. Let's get you back out there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me get you patched up.
Now see what I can do.
Lethality level increased.
You've got this. You should be at peak performance levels. Where does it hurt?
Noch nicht vorbei.
They have been revived. Damage amplified.
See that which is unseen.
You needed a doctor? Damage boost engaged. Healing shield real.
60 seconds.
I should have just went right to point. That was stupid of me.
Back in the fight.
They have returned from death.
Personally, I don't know why
I'm taking
4
care
or
of
5 people always try to drop back. You know what I mean?
Damage
30
increased.
seconds.
They must not get far.
You needed a doctor?
Defense point. Objective B.
You should be at peak performance level.
Burns within me.
I'm taking care of you. Take them down. You needed a doctor?
Fight.
Damage increase. Heroes never die. You needed a doctor? Damage boost engaged.
I'm even stronger.
Oh, yeah.
Let me get you patched up. You should be at peak performance levels.
Now it's cooking with gas.
You needed a doctor? Heavy shield resistance. Damage amplified.
Get in there.
Let's get you healed up.
Thank you.
Nothing has my sense. My ultimate is almost ready.
60 seconds remaining.
You needed a doctor? Damage amplified.
You have my thanks.
Engaging mercy in Bereitschaftsdienst. Damage increase.
30 seconds remaining.
You was
I'm taking care of you.
blocked by the dragon.
Hey, we got a diva behind us. Oh, they can't hear me.
Helden sterben nicht. Nerf this.
10 seconds.
Heroes never die. Ich kümmere mich um dich. Damage engaged. Get in position.
Really? Look at that. No one can kill anything.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Teaming for special attack.
Victory. Play of the game.
Healer gets it, of course.
Surrender to my will.
Yeah. The people actually weren't that bad. It wasn't a terrible game, but you know.
Epic.
It's nice to be appreciated.
It is nice to be appreciated. No, you know, I always try to again, there's a balance, and I get wanting to like have fun your own way, but I think like you can have fun. You just gotta have people to have fun with, and I think I'm saying I think a lot, but because none of this means anything. This is just my thoughts. But it's important for a game to stand on its own merits, as well as stand on the merits of how it can be enjoyed with others. You can say, well, this is a multiplayer game. Well, sure, it's a multiplayer game, but you should be able to play a multiplayer game just, you know, as it is, and have the same level of fun. Not the same level of fun as much, but I'm saying it should be just as enjoyable as it would be playing with people that, you know. And I think this game, the disparage, obviously games are always going to be more fun when you're playing with like your friends and stuff, but the disparage between like playing with randoms and playing with people who you know, and that you guys know how to synergize with each other, you know how to play well off of each other, you know to cover where one lacks, and they know to, you know, the kind of things you're likely to do, and those are the best kinds of teams, and that's obviously just done through playing with time, playing, but you don't really get a ton of that nowadays in Overwatch. It like all the people who are playing with people are mostly been playing with people they've been playing with for 10 seasons. But it's hard, man. Fucking
Now.
this shit,
entering the
rando
temple
is
of
so
Anubis.
unenjoyable that you can go
Prepare
crazy.
your defenses.
You could legit go
Select
crazy.
your hero.
And when I see somebody pick Widow, my nuts go up into my fucking throat. Because I already know what we're in for. a shit sandwich. Oh, did someone go Mercy so I don't have to? Great. You're a champion.
Never stop fighting for what you believe in.
Well, I suppose I'll be backing you up, as usual.
Attack guide incoming in 30 seconds.
Ahlan?
Let's see what's going on here. Nothing.
We all have our jobs to do.
For your safety, please move behind the barrier. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Oh, damn, she took a flip. Oh, are you good? Thanks for the heals, thanks for the heals. Oh, he's low. I died. Is everybody dead?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck
no.
over.
No, not everybody. Just me. Not everyone's there.
I'm not ready
okay,
to
see.
hang it up.
Now more people are dead. Widow.
Okay. Are we gonna contest or are we just gonna...
Yeah, they got it. They got it.
Objective.
Monkey's coming. I'll switch a Reaper after I get my ult. Oh, not you. I'm switching to 69. 76. That fucking fair might be.
Got a Genji behind. Sleep.
Watching your back.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Zarya.
Keep going. You're powered up. Get in there.
Wow. Is this me still being healed by the healer? Can I get some help with the Zarya, please? She's not. Or not.
Come on. Oh,
Oh my god.
I will see your shield.
go, get on there. Touch.
Whoa, where's everybody at?
Yeah, not on that.
Justice reigns from above.
Why? Why is 3 eliminations gold?
Score 0 to 2.
And why do I have it?
Switching sides. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
That's what I'm talking about. It is frustrating when it's like, where are all the killers? Can't say, oh, you weren't getting healed. Fucking had gold healing. With a Mercy who's doing nothing but healing. You can oh, and out heals Mercy. My aim is shit when it comes to healing. And also, it's not even like I was prioritizing one or the other. I was just shooting whoever was in front of me that needed to get hit or healed. So, It's just a matter of people not being able to kill things.
Keep up with me?
Like, look, you just gotta kill things. That's it. Even if you die doing it, take a life to get a life. Well, not in that situation maybe because they had the, or in that situation certainly because we had the spawn advantage. So if you have to kill someone, if you have to die to kill someone, do it. You've got the spawn advantage. Oh, that's just...
Get us home
Enemy
safe.
contact.
Where you at? Oh, is she ground based? Yeah. Let him have his fun.
Oh, you look tired.
Don't wake him up.
Get real.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Capturing the objective.
Come on, Reaper. Yes. Take the medal. There we go, Reaper. Yeah, I'm like, this is your job. Take that medal. Jesus. Thank God. I don't like playing offense Anna. Like, I prefer to just hang in the back and heal my team as they're all grouped up, but...
Objective A, get back in fight. Commence attack on objective B.
How about a little extra healing?
Group up with
Get in here!
Healing in hand. Get real. You're powered up. Get in there.
They did lose a person, so...
لسه في ناس لازم احميهم.
I will prove myself. Game on. Shot.
join.
Hi. Hey, group up with me.
Join.
Come over here. Group up with me. I'll take care of you.
Yeah, maybe if you weren't such a fucking idiot running around instead of... That's what I don't mean. It's like, oh, I did not... That guy will be the same guy to say, I didn't get healing. That'll be the exact same guy that says...
76, reporting for duty.
Like, when we really don't need a Tracer, what we need is a Junkrat. And he's like, oh, I'm doing work with Tracer. No, you're just being an annoying piece of shit who's not killing anything.
Hostiles almost ready.
Why?
Feeling better?
Yeah, run.
Weekend burst activated. Everyone heal up.
So got some meat. Helden sterben nicht.
Healing, 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 healing. Well, I guess. Seeing as I'm the only one.
That wasn't the plan.
Why is this guy, again, Baptiste? Why are you Baptiste? Be a more conventional healer. No, I want to be Baptiste. But he's popping right now. Isn't Baptiste popping right now? Someone told me Baptiste was really popping. He's better, they said. It's because it's DPS buff. It does not matter for you. You are not DPS. You're not a good DPS.
Let them up.
Thank you. Round 2. Complete.
Get behind me.
Standing ground. Score.
I want to be Baptiste. He just got DPS buff. They said you can click heads. You're on a fucking controller, dumbass. There's no just you're not clicking anything. If anything, you're pressing heads or you're pushing heads. You can't click shit unless you bind fire to fucking R3. No, that's not for you. And you're silver. It's not for you. It's not. Certain changes are not meant for everybody. If you can't aim, all of a sudden, being fucking, all of a sudden, they can give you 8 million DPS buff, but if you can't aim and can't hit anything, then it's worthless. It might as well be 1 point. Like, oh, we're giving them a 1 point damage buff. Oh, what's that gonna do? Well, the same thing that 8 million damage buff would do for you. Welcome to Scrub Lord. And then he takes Anna. I mean, I'd rather him be Anna than be fucking Bap, because she's easier to get utility out of. At least in my opinion. Going left. Yeah. Yep. Hi, Reaper. Where you going, buddy? Oh, you're running for that help? Leaving your Mercy alone? Naughty boy. Naughty idiot. No.
Commence attack on
Oh, Anna. Scrub Lord.
30 seconds remaining.
Let's get this done.
I just died because, again, Scrub Lord status. I need to be Anna. I want to be Anna. Why? Just be fucking Lucio or Mercy. We know you're a Scrub Lord healer. You know what I mean? You're not proving any. That's my thing too. Don't pick a character because you think you're proving your value with them. Like, oh, I can play with fucking, I can play with Widow, and I can play with Tracer, and I can play with all the characters that a lot of people struggle to get value out of. I'm a great Symmetra. I'm an excellent, and it's like, no. That the absolute God. If God came down from heaven and punched Jeff Kaplan in the balls and said this guy is the best, at the very best, even with God's fucking forceful hand, you would be painfully average. And so would I, and so would most of the people who play this game. So stay in your lane. Even Zen is not a good healer if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, if you think like, oh, I'm just gonna be Zen because you just said it and forget it. Set it and forget it. No, that's not true. You should constantly be looking for. First of all, you need to be able to prioritize to know who's gonna need it the most, who's gonna need it next. You need to know what enemy is putting themselves in range and to get hit by who, and to change your Discord orbit. There's a lot going on there. He's simple in concept, but oh, you stupid son of a bitch! Look at this dumb fuck. I'm dumb. Get out of there. Come on, they're going left. Yep, and he died like, you know, like the dumb fuck he is.
You should be at peak performance.
I know you can do better than that.
I'm taking care of you. Right beside you. Let's get you back in the fight.
Why not throw a shield out? Do something to try to save the healer. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I'd rather just die. We don't know about falling back. All we do is just push past the choke and get ourselves in the room that we actually want to trap them in because we're fucking idiots. I mean, that's common sense. Why would you push past the choke? That's where you're trying to choke them at. You're not choking them here. You're choking them on the other side of here. So why would you push in here if they're all waiting for you? Then you turn your choke into their choke. It's not rocket scientists.
I am operating at peak performance levels. Damage boost engaged.
And you're out too far.
This will heal you.
You needed a doctor? A second chance.
And that was a wasted res that I could have used. You still died anyway. Yeah.
To my will.
Again, I expect that, you know what I mean? Why push out? Why? Everyone just gets super aggressive. Like, that's the first thing that happens. People are like, I'm aggressive!
Let's get you back in the fight. Damage increase.
I'm aggressive! I have a vagina! Like, everyone just gets ridiculous. Seriously, people get fucking ridiculous. All you have to do is not... You don't need to do that, Reaper. You don't. You're not going to get anything besides killed. And you're dead. It was nice knowing you, Reaper. Nice knowing you, dumbass. Like, come on. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. I can't be the only one who saw that. Why? Yeah. Yeah, I saw you down there, but my team is just worthless. It makes me just give up because when you see people do dumb stuff,
never die.
You're just like, why? Why do people have to be as dumb as they are? There's no real reason for it.
Special attack.
Let's get you back out there.
I mean, I can only do so much with her stupid, aim. I wish she could just heal multiple targets at all times. That would be the sensible thing for her.
Draw.
Jesus Christ. Terrible DPS. I mean, it is a thing. And I don't mean like again, there's different kinds of terrible DPS. It's not always you can't kill anything. Sometimes it's you don't know what to kill. Sometimes it's you don't know what to kill when. Other times it's things like you have no team sense, you have no game sense, and it's not always just mechanics, like your mechanics are bad. Therefore, you could have great mechanics and still be a terrible DPS because positions are more about than mechanics. It's literally half mechanics, maybe, at most. Half mechanics and half understanding of the game. You know what I mean? Like understanding what you need to do, what you need to avoid. That's half the game. And I think it's undervalued, or, it's not touted as much. People just think it's mechanics. You're where you are because you need to work on your mechanics. No, it's not true. That's not true at all. A lot of times, again, the difference between mechanics comes down to game sense. Even then, where you'd be like, oh, well, mechanics don't have anything to do with game sense. What are you talking about? Absolutely, of course it does. Because if you have great game sense, then you put yourself in better positions to make shots, or you put yourself in position to make shots that are more likely to result in hits or kills. But when you have terrible game sense, you end up having to take really risky shots, and shots that really aren't they're not a high percentage. And even still, even if you land the shot, it's still a low value hit, or it's a low value elimination, which is a big reason why I'm always telling people don't spawn camp. Like when you see one guy or two guys and they start spawn camping right from the bell. No, don't do that. You die. It's one thing if you give them the first little bit and then you somehow push them back and have them staggering out of spawn like idiots, which happens all the time at this rank. But I'm saying that's the only way that, like, whenever it's been that we've had people spawn trapped, not so much we weren't camping spawn for kills, we had pushed them back to where they could go no further, and they were staggering out of spawn. Sorry, just throwing a pizza in the oven. Mario, Luigi, Mario. But you saw that Reaper there? That's why I lost it. Because I'm just looking at him and I'm like, don't go up there. You know what's up there. And sure, you could say, well, a Reaper can delete a fair, like a close range battle between a Reaper and a fair. A Reaper wins that 9 times out of 10. Maybe. You know what I mean? Again, in some ranks, maybe that might be the case. Not in silver, not in gold. It's less than, it's 50-50. Comes down to who will hit the shot first, and that's fine. But the question you got to say is, what other tools do I have? So then, if you have to fade, or whatever, you have to wraith to get away or fade to get away, then you're already down a tool. And then when you had to shadow step to get up there, well, now you're down 2 tools. and it doesn't really. It's a low value kill because you're like, oh, if I kill her while she's up here, yeah. But the thing about Pharah that's what I'm saying with like game sense. Sure, she can lay down like suppressive fire to kind of open that middle lane up, or like kind of put some heavy damage out on barriers. But the thing about her standing up there and shooting is she's very open to the point where I'm like, well, if she goes up there, I'm just like that. That's basically the same thing Mercy can do, just without all of that impact. Like I can just shoot straight and lay down suppressive fire, but you want it to be high value. So that's not a high value spot for her unless her team's gonna push behind it and maybe open up a lane for her to get a shot in. But even still, they're so slow. Boom, 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 boom. Like they're so spaced out to the point where you used to say, is this really how I want to shoot? Where it's a shot, 2.5 seconds of travel time, or a second and a half of travel time, and then it hits the target, or it misses it because it's a slow projectile that is going to miss just as much as it hits at best from that range. It's just, and as a Reaper, you should say, let her come in. I will shadow step up to one of the ledges, right around the point. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if people will ever really understand just basic game sense. It's really frustrating. I think this game comes to life in Platinum. Upper Platinum, Mid Platinum, whatever. That's when it becomes like an actual game. Now it's just kind of COD with character classes. But I think that'll be it for now. Even though it hasn't been a bad run, it's just had enough of it for today. But I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.